What's up, Royals? Thank you for joining our first ever Queenly Me relationship talk with me and my big sisters. Thank you for being patient because I know a lot of y'all were in me and my sister's DMs like, when are you going to post this freaking video? I'm definitely excited that you are excited about it. So I'm going to stop talking in a minute. I know you've waited this long and you're ready to just get into it. We're going to get into it. But first I wanted to give you a heads up because, like I said, this is our first time doing anything like that. Initially, we set aside 45 minutes for this talk and it ended up being 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours on one video. Turns out it's not a very good idea. It caused a bit of a lag kind of towards the middle of our content. So you'll see it switch from watching us talking to kind of like a podcast style. But I'm going to give you some really funny clips as kind of like a slideshow for your viewing pleasure. So don't worry, but please don't let that distract you from what we're talking about because oh my goodness. If you are half as enlightened, or as my sister Dion would say, woke by our convo as we were, then I know you're going to enjoy it just as much as we enjoyed filming it. So without further ado, welcome to our relationship talk. I'll see you at the end. Bye. What?
Yep, that's right.
I'm just trying. You gonna go in the back. Keep on. You trying to get a man off the phone?
Well, maybe. You got a Christian following you?
Ken, you talking about relationships?
What you know about love, Belly? Tell the people.
I don't know.
So do you
don't know?
girlfriend?
No.
You bet not. That was a trick question.
Greetings, Royals. It is Constance from QueenlyMe.com, your place for tips and inspiration on relationships and Christian living. Say hello to my sisters. We have never in life ever done this.
Nope.
Like on camera, off camera, we've never sat down and talked about relationships.
It's gonna be dangerous.
What's about to come out? This is our sister friend, Kiana. She got some questions, y'all. She got y'all back on the questions. Okay, this is sister number 1. This is Kristen. What's a word that describes Kristen, y'all?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
The first thing that came to my mind was a power pack.
Was a what?
A power pack.
Yes.
Power battery die, you got the extra battery.
That's Kristen. Number 2 is Devin. What's the word that describes Devin?
She's everybody's friend.
She's nice.
She's goofy.
She's goofy. She's nice.
The friendliest of all.
I am. When you get yourself in some mess, she the one to call. When you don't want to call nobody else.
She knows.
Look at Dion like, yes, sir.
Been through it all. Done it all, been through it.
Yes. Hallelujah. Number 3. Dion.
Yes.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
What's the word that describes truth? She will snatch your edges with exactly what she think about you. Don't
She think I'm crying. You just think about it. You know what?
It's
She was right.
what's the word that describes me?
Oh, she's
so
perfect.
Yeah.
I know.
Perfect.
She's the one that makes
You're
everybody
very
proud.
aware.
Oh,
You look
listen, I'll
at
take
you
it.
look at other people and you be like, that's not what I want to do, or that is what I want to do.
Come say hi, Belly, since you all in the mix. Come on. This is my swaggy nephew, Kingston. Come on. Do a dance for him.
Only kid out the room.
Yeah.
Right. We just said come say hi, don't explore. Now goodbye.
Exit.
Oh my God. What's the word that describes Kiana? Sweet.
So
She's
sweet.
She's
intelligent.
Intelligent, yes.
Yeah, she's really nice.
knowledgeable.
We need to do this more often. I want to start by saying where we are currently in our relationship status.
Single, self-love, amen. self-discovery.
Oh, me, myself.
Patiently waiting for the right one to be sent. I'm enjoying this time alone.
Plus 4 boys.
So Devin has a daughter. She is
11.
Kristen. Me, 5 me, 4
Me
boys.
plus 4.
Yes.
18, 13, 10, and almost 9.
How do you feel about relationships?
Mama.
Now I get all my boo-boos, honey.
Oh, so we gonna be out from there.
Okay. How you feel about relationships right now? You said me, 5 me, but what does that mean?
That means after me, then it's 5 me. And so I don't really have time for relationships and what they entail.
You ain't about that right now.
It's an afterthought. Like
Great. We need you on the panel. Dion, where are you in your relationship life, honey?
I'm single.
And satisfied.
I'm very satisfied with being single. Should I say very satisfied?
You can say exactly what you feel.
I'm single and open to dating,
Yes.
but not dating.
Okay.
That's fair.
I actually have an interesting path that I've been thinking about a lot here lately, which is permanent singleness. Not wanting a relationship at all ever, and figuring out how to be happy as a single woman and still like kind of your whole purpose being giving and not necessarily involved in a relationship or married or anything like that, because that would require you to, like get to your family, which is fantastic, but I don't know if that's for everyone.
It's not.
I don't know if it's for everyone.
It's not for everybody. And that's for you to decide.
I feel like people only live for a relationship. Like every day that is where it's, I'm not gonna find my man's day. Every time they go to the store, they looking like, okay, is my man here?
Right.
It's exhausting. It is. It is exhausting. And the thing is, they do all of that, and they're the ones who never find what they need, or they end up getting into a situation that is completely wrong just because they need it so bad.
Absolutely.
They just get the first thing that comes and that looks like what they think they want, when they really don't know.
Or all
they're
the
not trying to
choices
find
that
out.
they make are based upon that person. Like,
Right.
okay, this job I got,
no longer
or this
yourself.
person, or my future husband like this job, or this house I buy will live for my husband.
So
Yeah,
this
like
car
you
I
said,
buy.
literally living for
Instead of living for themselves and just what they already have and just embrace it.
That's dangerous, because that causes so much resentment when you live
Oh
like
my
that
God.
and they finally get there.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've been living all my life for you.
life.
And then when they get married, it's like, I just want to do for me. No, you had that opportunity.
Right.
My relationship status is
Wait a
that.
minute, Devin.
All right, first.
Oh.
Here, I have to say what I have to say.
We seen it. You had it figured out, boo boo. You better know. I am single. I am open, but I'm enjoying learning about me and just spending time with me. I'm a fun person to be around. I like being around myself. But
Awesome state.
I'm very interested in marriage. Very interested in marriage. But right now, I'm taking full advantage of my singleness. What is your current relationship struggle? I want to kind of go back to you. Because I want to find out what it was that made you consider just being a single woman.
And this is kind of trash a little bit.
Okay.
But it's just, I just really do not like what I see in the relationship field. I really, really don't.
The product that's out there on the
Yeah.
market.
I have not seen, I've seen so many, little examples of greatness, but far outweighed by bad examples. And it's scary. And like Devin said, it's really exhausting. The attitude that, we have as women, that we're raised to want to have a man and want to be a wife and want to be a, things like that, which is absolutely beautiful. But I I want my world to revolve around. You see what I'm saying? A relationship, a man. I feel like I have a lot that I want to offer. And if I just accept singleness now, maybe I can just get on with purpose. And not be looking so much.
It's okay to know that that's going to be in your future, but to get up living for it every day.
Yes, man.
God will bring it to me when He knows I have reached or mastered me, myself, enjoying me by myself.
Absolutely.
But that's what has put so much bad examples out there, because most people should be purpose first.
Yeah.
But they're not. Your purpose is what draws the right person to you.
Right.
Because y'all are supposed to be partners in purpose when you get married. So if you are just relationship first, you're going to base it on your Disney Channel fairy tale of what you think a relationship should be, or Instagram version of what you think a relationship should be, and then y'all don't have a purpose. Miles Monroe says, when the purpose of something or someone is unknown, then abuse is inevitable. So if I don't know what the purpose of this phone is, I might use it as a hammer, and that's going to break it. But if I know what the purpose is, I'm going to use it differently. And that's the missing piece of our relationships. We don't know how to treat each other because we don't know what the purpose is that's inside of that person.
Absolutely. It's very, very good.
And I have information from Miles Monroe if you want to.
Come on, Miles!
He said in Genesis 2:24,
Come on, Bible.
Eden is not a place on the map. It is the presence of order.
Yeah.
It is an environment. It's the presence of God. So after sin in Eden took place, Eden went back to heaven because there was no longer order. So that's why we can't find Eden, because it's supposed to be God's order. So what he says about relationships, and he says, number one, meet in the presence of God. Number two, men are supposed to work, have work. Number three,
I wanted to emphasize that point.
work.
No, for real. Listen.
You want to put a pin in it right here?
Personally, if you don't work, don't even speak. And I don't specify like what type of work. I don't say like you need to be a peer, 6 figures.
That's right.
That's a good point.
But you need to be working and working towards like something.
Have a vision and a
If
plan.
you're not working, I work all the time. Like,
Listen,
it's not even gonna. I just don't believe in not doing anything.
I think listen, I'm just gonna shame the devil right now and let y'all know. I was living with a man that didn't work. And when I tell you, I ain't treat him right, because he wasn't in his purpose. When I'm making all the money, I'm going out, I'm working, I'm in school, and I get home, you ain't paying none of these bills. I'm feeding you. I'm going to tell you what to eat. I'm going to tell you where to go. I'm not going to respect you. I would leave, go out all night, didn't come home, didn't call nothing.
Okay, let me say something right there. When you said the word respect, because Bishop T.D. Jakes would say,
Come on with this information.
he would say in the Bible, nowhere it says for a woman to love her husband. It says that women are to respect their husband. It is for the man to love the wife. So if you don't respect him,
but to a man, respect is
And then you
love.
have to earn that man title.
I think,
Yeah.
I
It's
think
more than
respect
just
is
being a
They gotta go
male.
hand in hand.
more important to a man than
Than
love,
love.
I would say.
Yeah.
but you know,
That's their version.
there's a lot of excuses like, but I love him.
That's
God
not
don't call
love.
you to love him. God call you
To respect him.
We love everybody. We love everybody. I love brownies.
Hello.
Okay.
You sure don't respect him.
Don't respect him. She disrespecting
But they
bro.
disrespect my body.
And love ain't got nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all.
What's
Them
love got to
brownies
do with that?
disrespect me every time I eat one. But I love them.
Ooh.
I gotta say about that, like, I do understand absolutely a man working, but also, like, do you think God would allow a man to come into your life before his purpose is fulfilled? Did y'all hear what happened with John Gray? Where he said his wife birthed him.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was more painful than her actually birthing their children. There was a lot of controversy about that. Because it kind of put me up in arms a little bit too, because it's like I feel like that men expect us to bear the weight of their troubles while they're growing, and it damages us.
Well, I think with that, I think it has to be a man who is putting forth effort to make that change.
Okay.
Or that man
You
that
gotta see
is
it.
like consulting to the woman, like, how do I fix this, or how do I?
And he's serious about it. Okay.
Okay. Or not even that. If I can see, like, if you got more growing to do, cool. We all got growing to do. But as long as you are surrendered to God, I know that growth is gonna come. And because I'm God's child, He's gonna be looking out for me.
That relationship.
So if you are surrendered to God, then that's really gonna take care of everything else after it.
Right.
But to answer your question, I think relationships are our choice. God can bless it, He can direct you, He can lead you, He can guide you, but it's up to us. So if we are following the Holy Spirit in our discernment and asking God, because a lot of people expect God to bless their relationships, but they don't invite Him into it. You can't expect Him to bless something that He wasn't a part of to begin with. So if you are asking God, like, okay, is this the guy for me? Is this the right time? He will reveal that to you.
Okay.
But if you're not, then it could be the perfect person for you, but it's just not the right time. Your relationship is not going to be what it could have been if y'all were in the right time.
Yeah.
To speak to that specifically, number 3 on my list. Okay, number 1 is meeting the presence of God. Number 2 is work before you get a woman. Number 3 is cultivate. The man is supposed to cultivate by bringing out the best in the woman. A man will never receive a finished woman by God until he cultivates her.
To cultivate means to like grow, to foster,
enhance.
You know, enhance.
Yes. So if I'm driving a Chevy, enhance me with something a little better. Not to be materialistic, but if I don't know how to pray, then
you should be showing me how to do. Okay.
If you're saying I don't know how
the leader.
Leading.
Yes.
Okay.
Leading.
Okay.
John Gray shouldn't have been waiting for his woman to birth him. It's his job to cultivate her. According to Miles Monroe, not to bash.
Right.
I think another good word for this instance is develop. To develop.
Yeah.
Ooh, honey.
Okay, and number 4 is guard.
It's really tough to get into a relationship with a man who eventually could be the head of your household, but you are ahead of him. Like one of the things I ask God for is to make sure that my husband can teach me and lead me. And you have to be really humble too, because you're going to be learning from him. In all my other relationships, I've been teaching them. I've been dragging them along. I need my husband to be ahead of me because he's going to be the head of our household. I don't want to feel like I can do things better than him all the time. Right here, let me just do it. Let me just take it.
Number 4 says he is to be the protector of everything under his care. And number 5, he's supposed to know God's word, because the husband should be able to teach the wife the word of God.
That needs to be number 1.
I was just about to say.
Wow.
Well, I guess it's in no particular order, but these are just 5 things
5 points.
that Miles Monroe has left us.
Thank you, Miles. Listen.
That would be my number 1. Number 5 would be my number 1.
Oh, we got a question.
The word of God.
Yes. We got a question about that. Is everybody desiring to get married?
I'm not against it.
Do you want it to happen at any point? Do you want it to happen?
I mean, at this age where I am, this season, I have to realize what society will tell me. If I meet a man who's not married yet and doesn't have kids, I need to question what he's been doing with his time.
Who said that?
I'm just saying, when you meet somebody that's 40 years old, don't have kids, and not married, you're like, well, what you been doing?
Maybe he's just like Kiana. Maybe he don't like what's out there.
Yeah, because I'll be 40 in 8 more years. I would appreciate that. Is kind of, I do look at people like, why are you successful, attractive? What happened to you? But at the same time, if you know yourself and you know that you are not ready,
right?
Then I respect you waiting until you're 40. Because there are so many people out here who are jumping from girl to girl or man to man, not ready, have not done any homework, have not spent any time getting to know themselves, and they are ruining lives. I would rather you see what I'm saying? You know, if you ain't got no kids, thank God you ain't brought no kids into that situation. You see what I'm saying? I would appreciate someone like that, but I would question it a little bit too. I mean, just give me a brief synopsis.
But I'm just saying, society in general, when you bring this 40-year-old man to your friends and say, look, he's not married. I'll be like, girl, what's wrong with him?
Couldn't a man, if this was a group of men, couldn't they always say, well, what if y'all find a woman that's 40 and ain't got no kids and y'all think something wrong with her? Kind of see what I'm saying?
But this is my thing. You should be doing that with everybody.
Yeah.
You need to be questioned. Everybody's got a past, whether I don't have kids, I've never been married, but my past is something you probably need to know about. And we're going to be like, if we're dating with a purpose and we could eventually be getting married, you're going to have to know some things about my past.
Like, people ask all the time, like, why
you need to be questioning everybody like
question
that.
all the time.
And maybe it's just not time.
Why? They don't ask it like a good thing. It's always like, well, why are you saying, you know?
Yeah, at this age, it's kind of
single.
I got a good answer for that. I say I am not single because of what I don't have and what I can offer, but because I know exactly what I have to offer. And I'm not giving that up to just everybody.
You know your worth. You can't afford.
And part B, the person that I'm expecting to be with is going to take a little time to cultivate. So let them have their growth, and when they ripe, we'll cross paths.
Right.
And whoever asking that question,
Don't.
It is a little off-putting. Yes, it is.
I got some questions for you. Just because you asking that question says a lot about you.
Absolutely.
Don't tell on yourself by asking that question to anybody, but that ain't why we girl.
Thank you. I'm welcome.
Hello. There you go. Now time's over. Okay. So what is your number one deal breaker? Let's start with you.
Come back.
Oh,
Because I got a list of 10 I need to figure out.
Oh, gee, type A. Another word that describes Kristen. She came with notes and research. Type
My
A.
number one deal breaker are those who only look at the physical part.
Okay.
Yes. You can
So,
tell. You can tell by the pictures that they like. I got a whole profile. And y'all want to go
Only
back to
surface
pictures
level.
from 52 to 56 weeks ago. You don't want to like none of the ones after I've been through my journey and my process.
You know what you guys were talking about earlier? This is something that I've always kind of sort of heard, that a man should have to seek God to get his wife. That she's so buried in purpose, he has to ask her, God to open her eyes to see him.
because we're not supposed to be the seeker.
Right, exactly.
We gotta talk about that too, because the women are out here hunting, and that's not even what you're a guy.
That's what I refuse. Like that's my thing. Like I just don't feel like that's my place to just go out here.
It's not.
Hunting
right now.
all the,
That's not
And I can say it as a fact because it's in the Bible.
That's
That's
not
fact.
I don't entertain pursuing like it's like it's you know, I'll reach out. If it's not consistent, I'm not gonna keep.
Oh, exactly. Just dead that.
No,
I think this is a distinction. So the man is supposed to pursue. We as women have to make sure that we are visible. Because it says,
problem number one.
the Garden of Eden, let's take it back to our first example. The Lord created Eve and then he presented her to Adam. Presented her. So that's all God did. God wasn't like, you're the only man on earth, you're the only woman on earth, this is what I need y'all to do. No, he presented Eve, made her visible to Adam, and Adam was the one that said, "You are bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Like, you my wife and we gonna be together." And then God was like, "Okay, here's your purpose. Be fruitful and multiply."
All this.
But if God created Eve and Eve was just like, "Oh, what's that over there? Let me go." You know what? I don't know what that thing is over there working the ground, but I'm gonna go eat this fruit. Like, if she was so busy on something else or not making herself visible or trying to be over there, then Adam would have never had the opportunity. It's all right. Adam would have never had the opportunity to be like, "I see you." Like, you know, we should make ourselves visible, but we don't need to be out here pursuing, seeking, or trying to. No, that's not our place.
Okay, so explain making yourself visible to me. Because what I get a lot of, okay, so my thing is like, okay, I think that people get so caught up in like Instagram photos because don't nobody post bad pictures of themselves.
Right.
And that's a lot of people spend a lot of time
No pictures
scrolling.
they think are bad.
And it's like, it's not too much reality. So like wash day with the silly braids or the Alicia,
Don't
like,
nobody wanna post
or
that.
no makeup. Like guys don't get a lot of that.
Yes.
So when you say make yourself visible,
When I say make yourself visible,
like-
it means make yourself open and available. And not just on social media. Yes, on social media, but not just on social media. Because like you said, you got to be careful with that. Because people are going to show you what they want you to see.
Right.
But just in everyday life, you go to church, just keep in mind, not like, "Ooh, my husband's in here, my husband's in here." But just be like, you know, I'm single. I'm going to be a wife someday. I never know the day or the hour. So let me just... if you're going to Walmart, don't keep that funky bonnet on and them crusty pajama pants. You don't know who you're running into. And
I mean, but hold on. But isn't that still keeping it on your conscience though?
not really, because you need to be like that anyways. You don't know.
Okay, so that's
if,
my point.
But I'm
You
just
are
saying,
a wife before somebody makes you a wife.
yes, that's how you become. Okay, so a man needs to see that in you before they can
Walk
say
confidently.
Talking about your business and making sure that you doing what you need to do.
Going to the dinner.
Yeah.
keep yourself up. And if you see a guy or something and you're like, oh, like it's okay to say hi, or if somebody makes eye contact, just be like, "Hi, how are you?" Don't just be like,
Right.
"He needs to chase me to my car."
I hope he got his Nikes on.
So if you're doing all that, he's not gonna be like, "Oh, He's gonna be like, "Oh, she not interested. I'm not about to be."
Right.
Oh my.
To men, time is money, and if they feel like they wasting time with you,
And rejection is everything to them as well. So if they even think you're gonna be like,
it takes so long and so much for a man to come back from rejection. That's why you have to be careful about how you treat guys that you don't even want, because you don't want to mess it up for the people after them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree about the part like when you're going out with, pajamas and stuff like that. It don't necessarily have to be, and I know you guys said it's not, for a man, for yourself.
For yourself.
You see what I'm saying? For yourself.
Right.
And I think that's when, from what I understand, from what I hear, that's when men see you.
Yes.
Because you're into you.
You.
Yeah.
You're into your craft. You're into, beautifying yourself. You're not even seeing them, and that energy, I'm guessing that, confidence about yourself is what draws them in.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? But also, like, when it comes to guys and rejection, for some reason that seems to be intimidating as well to them. Like, if you have your stuff too together, I've heard countless men.
But that's not the man. That's not the man for you, though.
Okay.
Your man, like I said, is going to be a little ahead of you
And able to do
or
that.
even if he's not currently ahead of you, he's going to have a 5-year plan that's going to be, it's going to put him ahead of you. He's actually doing it. But the deeper meaning of the physical aspect of making yourself visible is this. when you are going out and you don't look like you take care of yourself or you don't care what you look like, that automatically makes them blind to you. They put an X on you. Like, it must not be nothing about her that she wants to keep up. She's not taking care of her, so why should I? Type thing. That's what I mean by making sure you look presentable, because it's going to show that there's something about you that they want to get to know. Like, I care about me because I know, like, I know what I got going on, so I'm not going to be looking any kind of way because I know me.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Absolutely.
that happened to me before.
Oh, shit.
It was raining.
Oh.
My natural hair was out.
Come on, babe.
I was dating this guy, and he was supposed to be helping me with something, so I had to run to Lowe's, and he was in Lowe's.
Oh, shit. Got
He was
caught.
like, don't you ever. It was raining, and my natural hair got caught in the rain, so it was like Frederick Douglass type of out there, and
Listen.
he was like,
And she sounds so sorry.
He didn't stop talking to me at that point, but
just think
it was traumatizing for him to see me like that in public.
if that was the first time he saw you, he would have been like, nah. But because he's seen you look better before, he was like, girl, you know better.
He did leave me in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's what men are supposed to do. And he did. And like some people like, girl, if he can't accept
cultivation.
you, I was like, no, y'all, I was wrong.
That's cultivation.
And
I was like, my girl will never be looking like this in public. I'm gonna make sure.
But it says a lot about him that he communicated that to you. Because a lot of women think that men don't communicate. They communicate. But your response to their communication, it might keep them from communicating more. So then they stop communicating.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Right.
You know, my hair, it's hard. It's hard out here.
Right.
When you're trying to be your natural self, because some people
Let's
say
keep an emergency kit in the cars. And
Because I like when a guy catch me on an off day.
Okay.
And I'm busted.
I'm busted.
And I'm like, oh wow. So
I'm
if he likes me
hurry
like
up
this,
and-
he's definitely gonna like
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna say this because you can't. Oh, this is touchy. Oh, it hurts. Men are highly visual and physical beings.
They are.
So we as women have to take that into account and can't always be like, well, they need to love me anyways. Y'all have been dating for a while. Yes. Enjoy my natural beauty. Most men actually love you with no makeup on and you just like chilling, whatever. But their first impressions of you are if that's what's gonna stick in their mind. So even if later on down the line you got on your crusty, broken in sweatpants and you got your hair up with no makeup, they're still gonna have those first moments of you in their mind. They're gonna like, I know my boo can look good, and right now she's just chilling. But if they first see you and you looking busted and crusty, that's what's gonna get stuck in their minds.
Yeah.
They are visual and physical beings, and that's not their fault.
I've never thought about that yet.
I'm sorry.
Who we need to tag? Who just got an apology from that?
Don't come talk to me.
Well,
that you
hello.
married. I gotta go.
Is that not baseline? Dang, we gotta specify.
We do
You
have
have to specify. If you got somebody, if you married or got somebody.
You have to, first of all, ask them if they're married. They could lie. If you married and you trying to holler at somebody, you already got a character flaw. What's gonna keep you from lying?
Done.
Then you gotta investigate. That's too much. Now you need a man who's gonna offer up some information. That's what a good man is gonna do. He gonna come straight to you and be like, listen, I done had it happen before. I'm single. I'm trying to get married in 3 to 5 years. I'm looking for a good woman. Can I take you out? They will lay it all out on the line. You ain't even gonna have to.
That's like breathtaking. Like,
Well, it depends on what's in you that's making you nervous about that.
Right. Because when you approach somebody, you have a list that you say as well.
My deal breaker is if you're not saved, we ain't got nothing to do with each other. Nah, boo. I need you to be fully surrendered to the Lord.
I don't like men who are disrespectful and disregard people around them, themselves, their children, you know, and just disrespectful, self-absorbed. I cannot stand
That is a good
that.
one.
I can't stand disregard.
That's a good
So
one.
many deal breakers.
Real quick, what would be the ideal way for a guy to approach you and get your full attention?
Right after benediction at church.
What? Can you just give us a short explanation?
Just like it says that when I meet a potential husband, I want it to be in either a place of God, like at a workshop, or at a church service.
Like, what would be something that a guy could come up and say or do, or in what manner, and you'd be like, okay, I'll
Just
go out with
introduce
you.
themselves in a respectful way.
See, that's a big one.
That's
It's simple, but it makes a
It can't be
difference.
no, hey, what's your name? Yeah, just approach me in a respectful way.
What gets me is a good smile. If you come up and you smile and, hey, how are you doing? My name is so and so. Act like you got some sense. Don't just be.
That's what
Hey, little mama.
Don't use sounds.
Hey, little mama.
I would say, maybe a compliment. Say something that you notice about me. Make small talk.
I love to catch them in work, in community, and you see what I'm saying, in a passion, and they have a record of it. You see what I'm saying? Best come on I've ever had was a situation like that, like at a United Way, and you know, it was like, you know, hey, you're really beautiful, I'd like to talk to you, but I'm gonna finish this real quick.
Yes.
Is it okay if I talk to you later?
That's it.
The absolute turn off is that, hey, you cute, you fine, you see everything.
Can I take you
physical
out? What's your
wrong.
phone number?
Hey, good.
Are you married?
Get out of here.
What that
Yes,
got to do with
I'm
me?
married.
Well, what do you guys think about your significant other being your best friend? A lot of people
Yes,
say
that's
like,
true.
oh, my husband or my wife is
Yes,
my best friend. But
yes,
some people are like, nah, you know, be my guy friend.
That's the advice I got from my good friend. Shout out Kenya M. But that's the advice that she gave me, is that you have to be best friends, because there are times when you fall in and out of romantic love and you need something to fall back on. And knowing that person is your best friend, and you love those things about him or her, that keeps everything pretty much
Also, with them being your best
reconcilable.
friend, with your best friend, you have that one best friend you tell everything to. You don't hide nothing, you don't keep nothing, and when you're in a relationship with somebody, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to tell your girlfriend something that you
they
can't
don't
tell
know.
somebody you dating.
Hello about
Ain't
that
Be able to sit
part.
on the couch or
Listen.
be talking to my fiance, whoever I'm dating, and tell them everything. I don't have to hide nothing.
But hold up,
Absolutely.
though, there's a caveat, because I see people that are best friends and they check in with their people all day long.
Oh, that's checking in. I'm talking about when it comes to like a bad day or something.
I got you.
Yeah, happens.
Or even like if
they're having an issue with a
If-
family member. You
if
can
they're
tell
having an
them.
issue with each other, like
You know that communication is
that best friend thing that's
Yes.
just automatic. Like every time something happens, a person pops in your mind like, oh, I gotta tell them this.
Yeah.
That should be your husband, your wife, your
Your
significant
significant
other.
Absolutely.
And then you should never have a spat with your boo and then go to homegirl and tell her before you talk to him about it, right?
right.
Because he knows when you're talking to your homegirl. So when you come back and you got it all laid out like that, either you petty or you've been setting this up. He knows when you go to them first. They know that.
Oh yeah.
And that interferes with the trust in their communication. It's like, why I'm gonna talk to you now when you've been talking to her about it all day?
Everybody know our business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a paper like on this a long time ago with the scripture in Genesis 2:25. It says Adam and his wife were both naked and they felt no shame.
Come on.
And
Oh,
I
that's a
didn't
good
take
one.
that as just physical. I took
Yes.
that as emotional. I took that as you know, who I am, what I've been through, and I get no shame from you, and you'll get no shame from me.
Yes.
We are in this together. Anything that I have going on, I can tell you and not get any throwing it up in my face, whatever else the case may be. We are both able to be naked, you know,
vulnerable,
physically. Exactly. You see my flaws, you see this mole, you see this scar, you see what I'm saying? And it's still beautiful to you, and I'm still your wife, you know, and vice versa. They were both naked and felt no shame. That's the best friend. I'm sorry.
And y'all notice we keep going to the beginning, because that
the
is
first
what-
relationship.
That, y'all following the hashtag relationship goals on Instagram, and that's not where you're supposed to begin your information.
They got that?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
If you are so confused about a good relationship and how relationships are supposed to work, how they're supposed to start, read the Bible, y'all.
You, first of all.
Relationships mostly are
you.
supposed to be private.
Absolutely.
But at a certain point, especially in the beginning,
Right.
let that be private. Let that be that chance for you and them to be able to bond and be able
Yes.
to talk about things.
Yes.
And then
Man,
when you
yeah.
can go public is when it's a save the date, you know, type thing. I'm just saying, not so soon.
Not
You
so
got
soon.
people
Oh,
who
yeah.
who
2
be
weeks.
They get so thirsty.
2 months later, they deleted all their pictures.
Looking
and
a fool.
somebody else up there.
Yeah.
But not, I mean, like you said, society and social media makes it look like your relationship is supposed to be posted for everyone to see.
I don't want to scare you or nothing. It's the people who are like, nah, I'm good on relationships and marriage. They're the ones who actually have a better understanding of how relationships work. And they actually go on to be in more successful relationships because there's not so much pressure on their lives to be like, oh, I hope it's going to work. I wonder who it's going to be. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like you said, focusing on purpose. But
She like,
I ain't trying to scare you or nothing, but you got a real good understanding of how things work.
I think every relationship, even in the past, is a building block to get you to that point that you're supposed to be.
Speaking of, we got a question via Instagram about the topic of bringing baggage of your past into your relationship.
You know?
It's easy to say don't, but a lot of people don't know how to separate who they are, their baggage, what they've been through. They don't know how to separate it to not bring it with them.
you know why?
They didn't go through their healing process.
Some people don't recognize trauma.
Right.
Yes.
They don't know that what they've been through gives them these triggers. They don't even know what they're experiencing. They don't know why they feel like they do.
Yep.
And it's because of past trauma that you just pushed to the back of your mind. You thought you were going on with your life, and then when it's in front of your face,
Again. All of those emotions
all
and
comes
feelings
back.
from that time
Yeah.
come up, and then it's what if, then you gotta figure out, next thing you know, it's a full-blown fight.
Yep.
You thought you knew what you knew.
Yep.
And now you look crazy.
I know. Listen, we done all been through that cycle. And it's like, why did I snap like that? Like you said, you don't know. That's why you cannot go from one relationship to the next.
another.
You need that time in
Time.
between to decompress and separate yourself from the baggage of that relationship. You have to say, okay, what happened in this relationship? What did it teach me? What are some good things I could take into my next relationship? What are some things I need to separate from out of my heart, my mind, my habits, so that I don't take it with me?
And I know in the past, even in some of my experiences, and I know I'm just going to say in my experience, when it comes to me being out of one relationship, I would try to find somebody else to help me get over that person in the relationship I just got out of. And that right there was a big issue.
Hurting
Something
people
I'm-
hurt people.
Yeah.
Right.
You're just going to end up damaging
I should have been
them.
looking for myself to heal and go through the processes of getting over that past relationship versus trying to find someone else to entertain me to get that person off of my
Off your
mind.
mind.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of rebounding going on.
Right.
And sometimes you don't even know
You don't
you're
even
rebound. You
But the
don't
way that
know.
you realize it is when you have that time by yourself and you give yourself permission to really like look yourself in the mirror and see those things inside of yourself. You have to face it, and that's painful, but you're better for it in the long run.
Absolutely.
And people always want to try to prove to the person they just got out of the relationship with that they're over them by being with someone else out in the open. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show him. I ain't thinking my hand.
That's not for
Going
me.
through the processes.
Yeah.
That healing and that growth, boy, it's some painful, but when you come out of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my, yes.
It's always going to cost you something to grow. It's never going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy. So sometimes you just got to sit in front of it and feel the pain of it, just so that you're aware and not just pushing through, while in the meantime, everything in the background is just festering and starting the infection that's spreading, not only through you, but to everybody that you're around.
I think some people just don't like to be able to feel that pain.
It hurts.
Of going through. So then they end up stopping. Like, I know I have stopped in the middle of my process many a time.
Especially when you don't do it often. Then you have, once you open that door, a lot of stuff comes up. It's easier for them to just be like, all right, I'm just going to act like it never happened. But the effects of what happened, whether you're trying to act like it didn't happen or not, are affecting you.
Yeah.
And it's obvious to everybody that's around you.
Yeah. I'm going to say that my whole thing around why I want to be single for life is because I'm at a peaceful, really happy place in life. And I do not want it messed up.
Yeah.
I just don't. And I know the way that God has called me to love. And I think it's going to be a special person that has to take care of that. And I just don't know if that person is out there. Maybe I'm just better suited to serve and love people.
Yeah. So that is only the first part of our relationship talk. I'm going to be posting a part 2 of this talk very, very soon. If you want to know as soon as it goes live, then just go down, and after you subscribe, okay, then tap the little bell down there and you'll get a notification as soon as it posts. Please comment, tell us your thoughts, tell us your experiences, tell us your views and your perspective on what we've touched on. And also, if you would like us to do something like this again, I really want to add men to the conversation as well. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you same place next time. Bye.